People are asking, is LICHT a must summon when he comes out on global? And in my opinion, because of his element and what he provides, I think so. LICHT came out like quite some time ago, and I'm sorry I didn't make the video like right away, but I only now finished building him. It took so long because getting gears is tough. This time I'm going to actually go ahead and show how the character is built so you can maybe have an idea when you want to build him when the global comes out. When you look at a character, you want to know what does he scale with. And in his situation, it's magic. So all of my LR gears with magic main stat, or my best ones at the very least, all went to him. All of my gears are on the LR rank and they're all magic. I don't have a freaking necklace or whatever because I just can't get one for him for some reason. But his gear is almost perfect. These top ones are just really hard right now. And magic, crit chance, and crit damage is what you're looking for, mainly crit damage. I'm good with what I have. I'm gonna show what he's capable of and stuff like that. In terms of like the wheel stuff, these are the aspects I went with, or the talents I went with. More basic ones. And my LICHT is max duped because I went true rotation on his banner and I got no cards for him. So this showcase unfortunately doesn't have his card, which makes him even better. But cards are not guaranteed. It's a scam. Cards are a scam. Is what it is. Is what it is. There's no other thing to say other than is what it is. This is his second best card, so if you don't get his card either when you pull for him, this is the best one, this SR card. So let's take him in PvP. Also his skills, I have this one maxed out because it's his main one. Eventually I want to max out as well, but leveling up skills is a chore. So you want to make sure that you're leveling up the correct ones. Yesterday I went to bed top 20. I wake up, I'm not even top, I'm barely top 200. So let's take some revenge. I already took revenge in one guy. Let's take a team with not much red. That's the idea here. We don't want to attack someone that has red units. All right, let's go on this guy. And I'm probably gonna have like in the beginning a nuke with him as well, but his ultimate is just so damn good. Want to get a good turn with him where I crit everybody. That'll be the best case scenario. So my team here, and this is a team I've been using that I barely lose. I've been losing actually. In the last video I commented like I've never lost, but actually I have lost a few because I've been attacking people that have like way more CC than me or whatever it's called. But it is what it is. Alright, hopefully we can one-shot a blue unit here. Oh, didn't one-shot, but Godion almost died. If I had his card, I think he gives crit damage. I think I would have killed him. That's the thing. Oh, it's really unfortunate not to have his card, but you see how that's AoE. I almost killed his two main characters on his team, which are his two DPSs, right? Because like Lotus is technically a debuffer, but he is a DPS. He does an absurd amount of damage. He is a DPS, all things considered. I'm going to have to whip him because I'm taunted. Missed a few crits. This is why I want more crit chance on my gear. But right now in the state of the game, you take what you have, right? You take what you have. The fact that I even have full LR main magic stat gear is already like an accomplishment on itself. You see how crazy Lotus is? He went 2 turns before I got a turn again because he just pushed me back so much. Lotus is the best unit in the game. PvP wise, he is the best unit in the game. I would say, you can focus on building Yami and all these DPSs, but Lotus, he's the main character on your team. He's the first character to get the skills up. He is the big bad boss of PvP. I would usually attack him with, so if I see someone that has like a red Asta, I just swap my LICHT for blue Yami, and it's an easy dub, but for the video I want to only use LICHT, so let me skip this guy and see if maybe I can get someone with blue characters. My god, I keep clicking outside the game. Alright, that's good. That's good. Blue characters, green characters, it's fine. As long as it's not red. The type disadvantage in this game is really punishing. If you attack a red unit, not only you lose damage, you also lose crit chance. which for a character like him, which is crit based, is really, really bad. So Rads is my ace. This is the guy that honestly carries my team. Lotus and Mars is also really great. My whole team is good, but look at this shield. 48,000. He's like, the shield is not breaking, you know? Like, he can use whatever. Oh, almost killed again. Like, see that counter? That counter hit a crit as well, and not even close. Like, the shield is not even close. So powerful. If only as well we got to like nullify a lot of debuffs, because it nullifies some debuffs, for what I can understand. Even reading the text, you know, the translation is really hard to understand sometimes what skills do, unless you see it in practice, because some skills say they do something when you translate it, but they do more than just that. They do some hidden stuff as well. And with the shield, what I've noticed is you can't be stunned at all if you have the shield up. So any of those real teams that have a AoE stun, if I go first with my lads, no, there's no stun. My whole team is just being chilling. Let me also show how he's built so you guys can have an idea. So I also don't have his card because cards are a scam. So I use this card right here, which nullifies stun for the first turn. I really like this in case I go second against a real. I just cannot be stunned with odds, so I can shield up, no problem. And my shield is max level as well. His shield is the most important thing. And gear-wise, I have a mixture here, so I have some HP, so he's tanky. He has like 9,000 HP, but most gears are magic because his shield scales with magic. I wish I had like full freaking, you know, LR gear, but is what it is. Eventually he will be, and he will be even stronger. Full mono blue team next. Very good for me, because when you see a mono blue team, that's the all the crits, because when you're attacking into type advantage, not only, you know, I already have an insane amount of crit chance. This character is the first crit based character in the game, but also on top of it, you get crit chance by having type advantage as well, which is really powerful. Okay. He speed lowered me. Damn. That's fine. He speed lowered my my LICHT, but it's fine. We're gonna go first before him anyways. Oh, it's really sad because I think if I had more crit damage, which I can't really like, I just can't really do right now because you can't really be picky about substats, I would be full on wiping these teams with no issue whatsoever. He dies with no issue, especially the mono blue teams, or at the very least I'll be killing the DPSs. It depends on how they build their Lotus. For me, I built him with a mixture of like high magic, so he does damage, but also a good amount of tankiness. So I think that's how most people are building, for what I can tell. But some people build him with full-on tankiness. Like, I think that guy just have full-on tankiness as well. So those can be very unpredictable. But majority of Lotuses try to hit hard because he is a big hard hitter. We're back at top 100. Let me show you what I mean. So this guy has Real. Let me show exactly what I mean. So Real has an AoE stun, and it's very frustrating when it's a 50% chance to stun. But sometimes the bastard does a full AoE stun. Your whole team, all stunned. But if you have the shield, which ain't gonna be breaking with any of these ults, you're being chillin'. The shield cannot... Yep. There's no stun that can penetrate the shield. I'm ult. Boop. So he's immortal. He would have died. But for the first time that you drop under 30% with LICHT, he's immortal. I haven't really talked about what he does, but I just want to show, right? I just want to show more than talk, right? As you can see, he also tried to go for another AoE stun. The Mars combined attack has a stun chance of 50% as well, I believe, 40% or to 50%. And because I had the shield in all of my characters, they couldn't be stunned. My shield is still there. Like, my shield is so powerful. I've seen any rods that I attack, all of them are built with tankiness in mind, which is not bad, don't get me wrong, but they're missing on that shield. Most of the rods I face, when they shield, their shield is like 12k or something like that, and it's like, sure, your Lance is pretty tanky, but it's not providing much for the rest of the team. Oh, full crits, that was pretty beautiful. You're not providing much for the rest of your team. So when you build yours, make sure as much magic as possible, so the shield is as powerful as possible. Don't make that mistake. Oh, look at all those crits. I love crit-based characters, man. Ooh, I think we're gonna be top 50 by the time we're done here with all my PvP stamina. I want to end top 50 this week, hopefully. Just because the higher you are, the more skill upgrade materials you get on the weekly reward. And that's honestly what I really want. Like, the gems are also obviously really good, but the skill upgrade materials are a weirdly rare resource. I have more shield than I have health, by the way. Look on... I have more shield than health. It's crazy. I mean, Lotus doesn't count because he got hit by the counter, but... still crazy. Did I proc his invincibility or immortality? I think so. I wish in PvP it would just instantly skip the ults. I keep having to click on skip, but it is what it is. By the way, when you attack with Mars, you want to be using his combine attack. It's so strong. It's unbelievably strong. It's guaranteed, which is weird because most debuffs in this game are not guaranteed. If it's not guaranteed, maybe I'm mistaking something on the translation, but it's guaranteed to speed lower and taunt all the enemies. It's so insane. Like, how did they make it life servers, man? It's insane. Boom. The whip is so crazy. My whip, I'm pretty sure the card, I might be mistaken as well, because again, with this game, everything's so new, so I need to like double check everything. The card that I don't have for LICHT improves the whip, and the whip is also a crazy single target DPS, so I really wish I had that. We can go back to PvP, but I wanted to show also something. So when it comes to farming gear, which is where you're going to be spending most of your stamina, these stages that drop the LR gear, which you saw, my characters trying to have as much LR gear as possible, they are mono stages. So, for example, this one, you need a full mono blue team worked on for you to be able to auto it. And this one, which has the crit chance gear and the gold HP gear, these are really good stats that I'm going to start farming now. You need a full mono green team. So now with LICHT, I can actually do this. So I just wanted to show, I'm going to go up to the LR eventually, but this guy is so good for farming because, again, any and all DPS main characters are going to be huge for their specific typing, right? So I don't like using Mimosa on auto because of exactly what she did. We haven't even been touched yet, but because she goes first before the enemies, she wasted a heal. Is what it is. I hope eventually I can swap her specifically. But when it comes to PvE, any of these like good PvP characters, they're also pretty good for the stages that they actually matter, which again are these like gear stages. So right here is where yeah, she pops the ult. That's good. Like my Mimosa is not worked on at all, so that ult was like really pitiful. I've seen some Mimosas heal for like 60k. But my Mimosa sucks. She's a character I have not worked on at all. Poor timing. I wish I had ulted the next wave. I'm on auto because you run these stages like a few hundred times per day for you to be getting some LR gears. So, menuing this is pointless. You can't skip ticket it either. So you need like to form like a really good team with a mono type for now. This is like the meta for these PvE stages are currently. And most of the time gated ones as well. The mono teams are the most important ones. So I would say the green mono team is the second most important one to work on once you start working on your teams as well. But the most important one is the blue one. So this right here is where you get the gold. You see from here. The gold attack set. Most important set in the game. the gold attack set. All your DPS are going to want to use that. So most important team is the mono blue. Second most, is the mono green. So worked on LICHT, working on Mimosa. But I don't know about Rads, to be honest. I think he's more of a PvP character, but his shield is really, really strong. Fuegoleon is also super, super good. Gold HP, huge as well. And the gold crit. The gold crit is like the one that I'm going to be like farming for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of runs. So this is the last stage. What does it drop? It's yeah, gold HP. Good. I don't like that it drops the regular defense, because regular defense drops from the other one. And then this one drops regular crit. Yeah, it's probably the one I'm going to be farming. Regular crit, gold HP. This one right here, you know, I think is the last one, the last mono team you should work on, mono red, because this one drops the crit damage set. You probably won't need crit damage unless you already have crit chance gear, because all characters except LICHT for now have very low crit chance. And the penetration set is, for now, not a recommended set. More and more people are gonna, you know, get their hands on, especially when Global comes out, to really know. But the penetration, so there's 2 penetration sets. Like, this is regular penetration and this is defense penetration. There's like a really weird explanation of how this works, but these sets for now are not the most recommended. I would say it's like the least important for now, but eventually will probably become important. So working on LICHT, not just for PvP, is big. People are like, on my last PvP video, like, oh, you only care about PvP. PvE is also important. I'm telling you, these characters that are good in PvP, they're also good in PvE. All right, my next opponent here actually has a red Yami, so I'm still top 72. I'm gonna swap here and show, because, you know, you can have a really powerful unit. It's not gonna win every PvP match. So in this one, for example, I need to swap to blue Yami. You know, he's a blue DPS against his red DPS. He's just the best. I know it's LICHT's video, but I just wanted to demonstrate how that's how PvP works. You know, you look at what the opponent has and you think, oh, this unit counters this unit counters this unit. And I know this for like a while, because this is exactly how Epic 7 works. I mentioned like Epic 7 like 80 times last video. But it's true. It's true. You want to have characters that are strictly countering the enemy characters. And that's how you're going to win majority of matches. Your defense team is not going to win every time. It's going to win very little because of the exact same thing. Your enemy is doing the same shit, right? Your enemy is also going to be trying to use a unit that specifically counters all of your characters, or at least your main DPS, in a way, getting rid of as many characters as possible as fast as possible. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's just how PvP works. Okay. That is how PvP works. You should be winning most of your attacks. And, you know, don't expect your defense to be winning most of the defenses, because if you're winning most of your attacks, that means people's defenses aren't winning most of their defenses, right? I hope we can kill next turn, because I don't want her to revive. No, he pushed me. Lotus is such a cock. He's such a cock. Alright. Lotus, again, I killed his DPS immediately, but it doesn't matter, because Lotus is also DPS. The way he makes the enemies go back and back and back and back and back is just frustrating. It's just so frustrating to face him. And he is the most popular PvP character, no matter where, like, oh, this guy is using red Yami as his DPS. Oh, this guy is using LICHT as his DPS. Oh, this guy is using blue Yami as every team has Lotus, practically. Every, if not all. Basically, all teams have Lotus. Let's attack this guy that attacked me earlier. So you can look at people that have attacked your defense team and be like, oh, this guy won against my defense team. They practically all won, because it's, you know, like literally what I just said. So this guy, right here, he's using a very similar team to mine, except instead of Mars, he's using William. William has his own quirks. William has his own quirks. He's also a pretty good unit. I would just prefer what I'm using currently. I'm not too big on William currently. The biggest thing for me that makes me think, oh, William's a good unit, is the fact that he's the fastest unit in the game. And that is either him or Finro? I think he is the fastest unit in the game. And that is really big. No doubt, that's really big. He also has rods, but like 18k shield. What did I say? Like, my shield is like practically 50k, right? It's the difference. It is the big difference. Most people are not using rods to its full potential, and it will catch on, especially with more people talking about it like me. So sorry, but it's true, you know. I want to inform. Oh, if we can get a stun here. I didn't get the stun. It's fine. He was still taunted, so it's chill. Boom. Like, if he had a stronger shield and he went first, right? He might have had a much better chance, but, you know. Just need to know how to build your characters. And this guy has full LR gear, practically. Because his CC is the same as mine. I have 202 and he had, like, 199. That's the same shit, you know? Like, one of my characters probably... I think he had, like, more overall dupes than me. I'm not remembering correctly, but... Know how to build your characters. And this is the thing I really like about this game. You know? You can tell my build is better than his build. Because my shield is just stronger, bitch. I build my odds better than yours, and I won because of it. It would be really nice for, like, to have real-time PvP for that, but, you know. I'm just gonna finish off my PvP stamina. So you know, these like red Yamis I have here, I'm just gonna attack into them with my blue Yami and stuff. Let's try to attack with my LICHT as well. Not ideal. You want to go into the enemy DPS also having type advantage against the enemy DPS, but this is not ideal, but I want to give it a try. Oh, he's gonna counter me with his red Yami. How much damage does he do? That's a lot. That's more than half my HP now. That is certainly not ideal. Holy shit. Yeah, not ideal. For sure. Stick to what I said. Stick to what I said about keeping your characters with type advantage. I might lose this because of that. I might actually lose this. No, I'm chilling. His immortality is crazy. Yeah, his immortality is crazy. I'm just going to Mars because he has more HP. Crazy power. Becoming immortal the first time you drop under 30 for one turn is something that is actually pretty common in Epic 7. There's characters that do that. And it is powerful if you don't have a character to counter it. And you can take advantage of it, like, pretty strongly when you're attacking into a defense team, because you just take a defense team that doesn't counter your immortality. Most characters or most teams have a way of countering immortality in that game because the game is like years and years and years old, but this game's new, so there's not that many tools for such. Stunning is a really big one. Like, I tried to stun the enemy LICHT that one time when he was immortal, because then his turn would go, he would lose the buff, he would not attack me, and then I would kill him like the following turn. So I didn't attack into this guy because he has a red Asta. Let me see if I can refresh and get someone new. Alright, this will be my last attack of the video. And what position am I? Let me check. 37. I'm not gonna get top 10. Would like to get top 10, but I'm not buying PvP stamina because I can't be asked. And I'm just cruising, you know. If my defense won more, sure, but I don't know. Winning with defense is hard. Winning with defense is hard, so I think people are asking, you know, is LICHT a must summon when he comes out on global? And in my opinion, because of his element and what he provides, I think so. He is a staple PvP character right now. He comes out with Fauna, and I don't think Fauna is a must summon. There are some really good PvP teams with her, don't get me wrong. But you can tell, like, none of these players I faced had her on. Like, none of them. Not a single one. There's a reason. And almost all of them have LICHT. You know? There is a reason for that. He's easy to build because he has built-in crit chance. I wish I had this card. I'm pretty sure his card gives crit chance as well. I have even better. Because the card I have has crit chance, but I think his has more. You know, he has built-in crit chance. You just give him magic and he works. He's not quirky like Fugodion, which has like burn, which works, but like it's kind of gimmicky. He just does damage, you know. So in order, I think that the banners everyone should be summoning on, if you're still watching. The seasonal banner is so much value. You have Blue Yami, Red Asta, two really good units. Mimosa, all three characters are good for their own thing. Like Blue Yami pops off in the, you know, gear mono blue team. He's a really good PvP unit. Red Asta, same thing. He's a really good PvP unit, and he pops off on his mono red team. Mimosa as well. She's a good PvP unit, and she pops off on the mono green team. And then, personally, I wouldn't summon for Red Yami or Fugolion. Both of these characters are in the general SSR pool, and you might pull them, like both of them, right? I pulled like 2 Yamis on the 2 Yamis, and I pulled 2 Fugolions as well on this banner currently, the LICHT banner. I pulled 2 of them because they're in the banner, right? So I don't know. You do whatever you want, but in my suggestion, he's nutty.